And really excited for today's theme, which has been occupying my interest for a long, long time. And it's all about power, and not the traditional type of conflict and fighting in terms of power over and dominance, but rather the embodiment of loving kindness, the embodiment of metta, which is power with. So today I'm going to share some different practices for embodying loving kindness and experiencing power poses, both physically and in energetic ways. So let's stand on up. Let's activate our own potential to feel empowered, to claim or reclaim our power. So I'll just ask you to get enough space around you where if you were to move your arms, you're not going to smack into any person or object or wall. And let me change where I put my chair. Great. So one way to activate our power quotient is to take up space. So with your toes slightly pointed outward toward the front corners of the room, open up your legs as much as you like, kind of in a triangle, and then bend your knees so that the knees are in line with the second toes, and then open up your palms, kind of like a goal pose. In yoga, this is called Apana Mudra. This means fear not. And with our lower body, we're taking up the position of what's sometimes referred to as goddess pose. And I think the feminine, as we're coming off of the Mother's Day weekend, I really want to take a moment to invoke the power of the feminine, invoke the power of the mother by embodying this power pose. And we're going to hold for a whole 2 minutes. We're almost halfway there. If you need a little rest, you need to straighten your legs or sit down and rejoin us, go for it. But the power of the feminine in ancient cultures, did you know, before the time of the agricultural revolution, before the patriarchy came into power, there were cultures of the mother goddess, and it was women, mothers and grandmothers and daughters, that were the repositories of the natural wisdom. What plants, what herbs heal, what plants, what foods will kill. All the different sacred rites were initiated by the women. And when we began to own land, that's when the patriarchy came into power. But the old way, I believe, and a new potential is coming into power with. How can all boats rise on the same tide? Let's take 3 more deep breaths. Maybe bend your knees a little more. Make sure your tailbone isn't pointing backwards. Curl your tailbone down for 5. And when you take up space like this for 4, are creating a power pose for 3. Dr. Amy Cuddy at Harvard for 2 talks about power poses. And 1, straighten your legs, shake that off, and hopefully you got a little sweat on, a little activity with your heart. And let's just take some really simple walking in place. So we're not moving. And this is a nice way to ground and locate ourselves. But let me finish with that study about power poses. Dr. Amy Cuddy says that when we expand into space versus collapsing and contracting into space, we create more testosterone, men and women, so we feel more decisive, more active, more engaged, and we decrease our cortisol. So anytime that you're feeling a little stressed, you're feeling at the effect of, you're feeling like the world is against you or other events are challenging you, take up some space. And then here, this is just a great way to move. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to move our opposite elbow to our opposite knee. And keep breathing here. And what this is, according to the style of applied kinesiology, brain gym, is when we take our opposite limb and connect it contralaterally. We're creating neuronal connections in our brain. Left, right hemispheres through corpus callosum, front, back brain, neocortex, and the hindbrain, cerebellum, and top and bottom, the neocortex and the amygdala, the reptilian brain. You could change up the opposites. You could do opposite heel behind you, opposite arm. Let's keep this going for another breath. Let's go 3 more breaths. Maybe opposite foot you want to kick, go for it. Maybe try a different angle. Oh, that wasn't opposite. Opposite leg, opposite arm. And this is called cross crawl from Brain Gym. really good for adults or kids of all ages, to really activate your brain. Okay, let's slow that down and feel located. So do some yang, big, expansive, and then let's bring it down with some yin. So feet about hip width apart, or even shoulder width apart. I want you to imagine you're in a body of water and the wave lifts up your forearms about heart level, and then you exhale and you sink a little. So going from that really excited, active, energetic flow to seeing how easily you can coax and entice your nervous system to soften, to relax. Let's move like this. Imagine, use your visualization to imagine like you're in a body of water, the most comfortable body of water, perfect temperature, not too hot, not too cold, beautiful landscape all around the horizon. And feel yourself being lifted up and buoyed, maybe even your legs straighten as you inhale. Exhale, go slow enough that you can feel the air around your arms. Go slow enough that you can even lean back a little into an imaginary recliner. Feel yourself being buoyed by the water element. As we enjoy let's do 5 more in honor of the 5th month of the year. Happy May, everybody. Let's go for 5 more deep breaths. And notice, for your own empowerment, what are you receiving? So on the in-breath, receive that inspiration. Maybe exhale out of open mouth for the letting go breath. And then as you exhale, what are you willing, able, and wanting to release and let go now? Let's try 3 more. Maybe move a little slower so you can sense and feel more thoroughly. You may want to soften your eyes so you can see on the inside. And let's begin to let that go. I'm going to pause a little transitional breath. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Eyes open or closed. Let's connect with these powerful centers. A lot of us are familiar with the 7 chakras, and 3 of those centers are really powerful. 1 in the mind's eye. Take a moment to smile, and smile into your mind's eye, the center of wisdom. Wisdom is different than knowledge, right? Any 2 or 3-year-old with a tablet has access to all kinds of knowledge, but that doesn't mean they're wise. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience. So honoring, smiling into your brain, that center of wisdom. Enjoy the mind, but don't be ruled or swayed exclusively for the mind. Drop your attention into your heart. Smile into that luminous, loving, grateful heart. The center of feeling. The mind is fantastic as thinking, but it sucks at feeling. So we want to honor and appreciate the power within our emotional landscape. And then drop your awareness into your belly. Maybe your hand's about 1 hand width below your navel point, kind of over your pubic symphysis or the front of your hip bones. Center of gravity, also known as the center of presence, the center of beingness. In Chinese medicine, the seed of qi, the midpoint between the heavens and earth energy. Let's smile too from our center of wisdom in our head, our center of feeling in our heart, and our center of presence in our belly. This is our body intelligence. This is our willingness to listen to our body, to sleep when we're tired, to eat when we're hungry, and to drink when we're thirsty. A little easier said than done, right, my friends? So smile into the power with uniting these 3 centers, upper dantian, middle dantian, and lower dantian. And let's get a little more dynamic. And one of my all-time favorite ways to balance the energy with the front and back body is with this breathing Qigong. So we're going to inhale, draw up earth energy right up the center front of you. In through your nose, open up your arms up high and swan dive forward. Push your seat back and fold forward. Now your hands are going to connect with the insides of your shins. And we're going to ragdoll, roll your body up. Inhale. Hands will come to your hips. And we're going to give ourselves a little back bend. reach your chest back, your shoulders back, your head back. And then inhale, come on back up. Now your hands will trace the backs of your glutes, your bladder channel down the hamstrings, your calves, all the way up your feet, up your pinkies, out your pinkies. And now we're going to return to the beginning. So this is the first part. We did one set. Let's inhale. Maybe we'll do a total of 5 sets. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, trace up the inner legs. 3 yin channels, kidney, spleen, liver. Exhale, lean back a little or a lot. Keep it safe, keep it friendly. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward bend again. Push your seat back. You can let there be a bend in your knees. It's better to have bent knees and a rounded back instead of a straight back and a straight legs. Let's inhale, bring it on up. One of the number one back pain problems in yoga, exhale, is keeping a straight legs and rounding forward. So it's better to bend your knees and let your belly and ribs touch your thighs when you're doing a forward fold. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, center. Beautiful. We'll finish up this third one, I believe. We're about number 3. And let's go for 2 more. So inhale, visualize drawing up that earth energy. As you get to about the position of your head, present that earth energy up to the heavens. Draw that heavenly energy from the cosmos down to the earth. That's right. And then pack in that chi. Bring that earthly chi to help fortify and strengthen, tonify your own chi up your inner legs. Exhale and challenge that center highway of your central nervous system, your brain and spinal cord. Exhale, push your seat back, trace the back of your seat, hamstrings, your heels, all the way out the pinky toes. And let's go one more set here. Gather earth energy. Lift it up, present to the heavens. Exhale, dive forward. What are you letting go? Inhale, inspiring, inhaling up through those chi channels of your legs. Exhale, back bend. Inhaling, center. Exhale, let's trace forward. And here we're going to hang out in a forward fold for just a couple breaths here. Let your head drop. I might lift my head just so you can hear me a little better. And you're going to walk it out in place of bend and straighten one knee, and then bend and straighten the other knee. Let your head shake yes as you stop marching in place. Good. All those things your body, your heart, your mind say yes to. Invite it in now. Let any tension just drape off the back of your head and shoulders. Shake your head no. No is a very powerful way to reclaim your power. When we say no to what we don't want, we create a launch pad for more yeses. Shake it out, let it go. Now interlace your fingers behind your head. Let your thumbs come to the back of your neck and massage the back of your neck. Keep breathing. If you have blood pressure challenges, be sure you're cautious. Don't overdo it. And then just pause there. Let the weight of your arms and shoulders gently bring your forehead a little closer to your feet, the floor. Again, let there be a bend in your knees. Push your sit bones back. Let your belly come to the ribs come to the thighs, and let this body weight just stretch safely, gently. Drag any tension or stress up, out, and off the back of your head and give it to the earth to compost. Let's bend our knees deep and begin to ragdoll up, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders second to last to come up, head last to come up. And one more time, let's connect again with those big centers, head, heart, and hara, hips. Hara is another nickname for the center of presence, the center of beingness. Smile into your mind's eye. Smile into that beautiful heart with greatest human potential of infinite love. Smile into your belly. Feel your core. Be willing to break the norm. Be willing to go outside of the conforming to power over and enjoy all the gifts and benefits of experiencing power with. Yes, hope you're feeling a little more energized, a little more powerful, a little more resourceful. So appreciate you all joining me today. We'll be back again next week, of course. And as always, we love to hear from you. If you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye to the group, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Good to see you, sisters. Hey, Julie, Francine, everybody else. Thanks so much for being here. Mwah! Lots of love. Pay that love forward.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all.